How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video. Oh god, here we go. This wasn't the video that I wanted to make. So I bought Heart of Darkness from a retro video game store up my way, I want to say maybe about a month and a half ago. And I have been playing it, and I have been enjoying it. As a matter of fact, it's one of the best PS1 games, if not the best PS1 game I have ever played. So unfortunately I can't put out a review for this game, and I'm going to show you why in just a minute. So we're going to go ahead and pick up where I left off here. And so when I bought the game, this was my own fault. I didn't look at the discs, which after I got home I noticed were quite scuffed, which is quite normal for a PS1 title, a used game. And not only that, the gentleman at the store, for whatever reason, he took the discs out and he dropped a disc on the ground. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, okay, whatever. So anyways, two disc game. Played through the first disc, no issues whatsoever. The second disc, which you're seeing here, I'm about, I want to say maybe 35 minutes away from completing the game, so I'm almost done the game. Anyways, I'm not going to keep talking. I'm going to show you what will happen here, and we'll talk about it in just a minute. So, yeah, so there's cheap deaths in this game, so just bear with me. Very similar to Another World, Out of This World, a game the original creator of Out of This World, Eric Shahi, this was the game he produced and created after Out of This World. The game's never been re-released. Okay, here we go. It's never been re-released. You can only play it on the PS1 and maybe the PC. So before I show you this, what's going to happen here, just to preface it, earlier on disc 2, I noticed an issue whereas in the game, a lot of times you're presented with cutscenes that break up the gameplay, and for whatever reason this one cutscene would freeze up, and the only way I was able to get around it was I pressed start on the controller just as the cutscene was starting, because start allows you to skip the cutscene, and I was able to skip the cutscene and continue the game. The game doesn't freeze up at all when you're playing it, only on the cutscene, and it kept doing it over and over again, and that's how I was able to figure out it was an issue with the cutscene, because again, press start, able to get around the cutscene. Continue my game, and then I get to this stage, this portion of the game, and this is what happens here. Frozen. Can't get through the cutscene. Even if I press start, I cannot get through. So I thought, well, maybe it's the PS2. Maybe it's something to do with the laser. So I set the console down because I have it standing up, and it was still doing this. So like, maybe it's just an issue with my PS2. So I got out another PS2. I have a slim model, still doing this on the cutscene. So then I'm like, maybe it's an issue with this game running on a PS2 instead of a PS1 natively. I don't think so. I think it's an issue with the disc. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get the disc resurfaced. If that doesn't work, unfortunately I'm going to have to go out and buy another copy of this game, because I love this game so much. I want to beat it, obviously, but I'd like to have it in my collection that I can actually play it. I can't play it like this. This sucks. So I could go online and watch the rest of the game, but I don't want to. I want to be able to experience it myself. So with this here, I wiped the disc off, I cleaned the disc, and I put it back in the console, and it still freezes up right here, right at this section of the game when the cutscene's supposed to kick in. So yeah, really shitty. I'm hoping if I get the disc resurfaced, it'll fix the issue. But more to the point, this isn't the first time I've heard of this happening with these older games. Again, no issues playing the game. Only when the game wants to play a cutscene is when it does this. So obviously these older PS1 discs, when they're scuffed up or they're scratched, it causes an issue specifically when the game needs to run whatever this is, not a QuickTime event, but the full motion video on the PS1. It's obviously caused a disruption on the game. So really unfortunate stuff. I wanted to show this to you guys and maybe hear from you guys in the comment section as well. Have you ever, I'm sure you probably have, but have you ever experienced an issue like this before on a PS1 game? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, it's a really big bummer. I love this game. I think it's fantastic. I may even like it more than Out of This World, which I've often said is one of my most favorite games of all time. But yeah, this is no good. If I have to go out and spend $100 to get a pristine copy of this game, I will, because there is no other way currently to play it. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this quick little rant, this little video here. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night. Alright, so just a quick update here. After recording that last video that you guys watched, I went online and did some digging, and there are others who have experienced issues playing Heart of Darkness, specifically on a PlayStation 2 fat model. Reading into it a little bit further, unbeknownst to me, I guess I learn something every day. The PlayStation 2, while backwards compatible with PS1 games, is not perfect. There are actually many PS1 games that either do not work correctly or fail to work at all on a PlayStation 2. And further to complicate matters, as you guys all know, there's many different variations of the PlayStation 2. There's many revisions, and there are some slim consoles that will not even play Heart of Darkness and will not even read the disc. So now I'm wondering really if it's my consoles that is the issue. This is quite the wormhole. I'm not quite sure what to do at this point. Do I go out and get a PS1 and try it on a PS1? Or do I get the discs resurfaced? I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to look into this a little bit further. But yeah, this is kind of interesting. Kind of annoying, not going to lie. But yeah, it looks like there is a possibility that it's not the disc at all. It's an issue with the PlayStation 2. And the fact the backwards compatibility is not perfect on the console. So, again, this is developing. I will come out with another video in a couple of weeks once I have narrowed down the possibilities and figured out what is the issue with the game here. So stay tuned for that, guys. Anyways, have a good night.